Hello, curious minds, and welcome back to What Is. Today, we're peeling back the spooky layers of a holiday that brings out our inner ghoul, our sweet tooth, and our questionable costume choices. Halloween. What is Halloween, really? Is it just an excuse for adults to finally wear that sequined wizard hat in public, or for kids to legally extort candy from strangers? Well, yes, but also so much more. This isn't just about witches and pumpkin spice lattes. It's a story thousands of years in the making, steeped in ancient rituals, Roman emperors, and an awful lot of sugar. So, grab your imaginary cauldron, because we're about to brew up some history. Our journey begins not with plastic skeletons, but with the ancient Celts, a group of people who lived in what is now Ireland, the UK, and northern France about 2,000 years ago. Their year didn't end on December 31st. It ended on October 31st, with a massive festival called Samhain, pronounced Samhain. Samhain was kind of a big deal. It marked the end of summer, the harvest, and the beginning of the dark, cold winter, a time often associated with death. Now, the Celts believed that on the night of Samhain, the boundary between the living and the dead became blurred. The spirits of the departed could return to earth, and not all of them were friendly. Think of it as ancient times' most anticipated and terrifying reunion party. To ward off these unwelcome ghostly guests, or perhaps to appease them, the Celts lit huge sacred bonfires. They'd burn crops and animals as sacrifices, tell fortunes, and generally try to make it through the night. Some even wore costumes, often animal skins, to disguise themselves from spirits who might be looking for a chat or an eternal roommate. Fast forward a few hundred years, and the Roman Empire decided to expand its real estate into Celtic lands. As empires tend to do, they brought their own customs along for the ride. Two Roman festivals eventually got mixed into the Samhain stew. Veralia, a day in late October when Romans commemorated the passing of the dead, and a day to honor Pomona, the goddess of fruit and trees. This is where we might get traditions like, say, bobbing for apples, a classic Halloween game that's definitely less about avoiding angry spirits and more about avoiding getting water up your nose. But the story doesn't stop there. Christianity entered the scene. In the 7th century, Pope Boniface IV established All Saints' Day on May 13th to honor martyrs and saints. Then, in the 9th century, Pope Gregory III moved it to November 1st, effectively placing it smack dab on top of Samhain. Some historians believe this was a deliberate attempt to Christianize the existing pagan ritual. The evening before All Saints' Day thus became All Hallows Eve, or, as we now know it, Halloween. A few centuries later, November 2nd was added as All Souls' Day, a time to pray for the dead. So, you had All Hallows Eve, All Saints' Day, and All Souls' Day, a 3-day spiritual marathon. During the Middle Ages and early modern period, in parts of Europe, these traditions continued to evolve. People would go souling, where poorer folks would visit houses and receive soul cakes in exchange for prayers for the dead of the household. It's like a medieval charity drive, but with more spiritual weight, and probably less chocolate. Children also started dressing up and going door to door, sometimes performing songs or tricks for treats, in a tradition called guising or mumming. So, the seed of trick-or-treat was already planted, though it was less about candy and more about, well, avoiding starvation. Now, let's fast forward across the Atlantic, when Scottish and Irish immigrants arrived in America in the 19th century. Particularly during the Great Famine in the 1840s, they brought their Halloween traditions with them. Back then, Halloween in America wasn't exactly the wholesome, family-friendly affair we know today. It was often a chaotic night of pranks and mischief, sometimes even destructive vandalism. Think of it as a nationwide ding-dong ditch with a side of property damage. By the early 20th century, communities and parents decided enough was enough. They tried to rein in the rowdiness by transforming Halloween into a more community-focused, child-friendly holiday. Towns started organizing parades and parties, and they encouraged children to go door to door for treats rather than tricks. This shift also coincided with the rise of the candy industry, which, let's be honest, saw a golden, sugary opportunity. The term trick-or-treat really took off in the 1930s and became a standard practice after World War II. With the baby boom and suburbanization, Halloween blossomed into the costume-clad, candy-fueled spectacle we cherish today. From ancient Celtic bonfires to modern-day haunted houses, from warding off spirits to dressing up as a hot dog, Halloween has transformed countless times. It's truly a testament to how holidays adapt, evolve, and absorb new meanings while still holding on to echoes of their past. It's a day where we playfully confront our fears, celebrate the changing seasons, and embrace a little bit of magic, all while trying to decide if we really need that fifth fun-size candy bar. Spoiler, you do. And that, my friends, is what is Halloween. A fascinating blend of ancient beliefs, religious overlay, immigrant traditions, and pure, unadulterated commercial genius. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the spooky origins of Halloween, please give us a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss another enlightening episode from What Is, and tell us in the comments below what's your favorite Halloween tradition or your go-to candy. We love hearing from you. Until next time, stay curious.